Thank you, Clay. A pair of Arizona ranchers extending an invitation to Nancy Pelosi to get a firsthand look at what really is happening at the border where they live.
Come see why your $2 million a mile fence is trash.
And we will send a plane for you. We'll make arrangements. You can stay at our house. It's an invite from, it's sincere. Come look at it.
All right. Joining us right now are those two Arizona ranchers, John Ladd and Fred Davis. All right. Fred, have we heard from Nancy Pelosi yet?
Haven't heard a word.
You do expect her to get back to you. I mean, she did go down to Texas to take a look at those kids. Obviously, as the lights go out here in the studio, oops-a-daisy, obviously she's going to wind up taking you up on your offer, don't you think?
I doubt it. She wouldn't go to the border when she was in Texas. We'll see. I hope she comes.
Yeah. John, you're here today so that people understand that our southern border with Mexico, people on the political left have said, our border is secure. Is that accurate?
No, that's absolutely false. It's the biggest lie coming out of Washington. My south fence is the international border.
Your south fence is, and we just saw a little excerpt, and there were a couple of strands of barbed wire, and I saw one of you guys just put it all together in one hand. Anybody could have just stepped over that. You could drive through it if you wanted to.
That's what's happening every day.
Fred, how many illegals do you think have gone over your property into the United States illegally?
Oh, there's no way to count. They've caught over 500,000 that they've documented on John's ranch.
Yeah, and John, I read somewhere.
Mine isn't that high.
Sure, John, I read somewhere that you've estimated that as many as 2 million illegals have used your backyard to get into this country.
That's right. And going back to what Fred said, is the number they caught, and then you multiply that by 4. That's what's come through our ranch in the last 25 years.
Where's the Border Patrol?
There's not enough on the border. They're around. The problem with Border Patrol is they're controlled by Washington.
They stage most of them up to 80 miles away from the border.
So let me get this straight. We got the Border Patrol people 80 miles from the border. Shouldn't the Border Patrol be on the border?
That's our thoughts exactly.
Yep.
What is interesting right now, given these heartbreaking images of these kids and being warehoused in this country because they got across, is the fact that you say that what's happening right now are the drug cartels are essentially diverting attention from their dirty business by using the children right now. Explain that, John.
Well, that's right. They're playing on America's humanitarianism. The Border Patrol is challenged with getting all these kids and taking care of them. And while they're tied up doing that, they're running drugs right around them.
Sure. Fred, from where you sit, you've been right there on the border for years. What's the solution to this problem?
Seal the border. Then we can worry about immigration reform. The border needs to be sealed. They can bring anything they want across the border. These kids are bringing diseases right now. Foot and mouth, there's a strain of TB that's drug resistance. Terrorists can come across that border at any time right now. They've found prayer rugs next to my ranch. They've found a Koran and a backpack on the fence between me and another rancher.
Right.
There's lots of people coming that aren't the maids and gardeners that Middle America believes are all that are crossing that border.
That is a good point. It is not just securing the border, it's also a national security issue. John Ladd and Fred Davis, who are ranchers down there in Arizona. Gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us today from Tucson.
I'd like to say one thing.
Okay, quickly.
The border's on fire and Washington is sending us gasoline.
Good point. That's a headline. All right, Fred and John, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.